am back here today with another video for you guys. But before we get started, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Just go down below, hit that button so you can get all notifications for future videos. So today we are talking about self-love, ladies or gentlemen. Self-love is, well, before we get into self-love, let's just talk about first, what is love? Attraction or being very fond of someone. And self-love is basically applying that definition to us, who we are. So self-love is basically loving yourself. And loving yourself means embracing all your flaws, embracing who you are, not comparing yourself to other people, but really just loving every single thing about you. Even the things that you feel are not the best or not the greatest, you still have to embrace those imperfections. And some ways that we can learn to love ourselves is by spending extra time with ourselves. You know, reading a book, giving yourself some knowledge. That is loving yourself. Saying no when you need to say no. We don't always have to respond to things, and we don't always have to say yes. Being a little selfish with yourself, spending a little bit more extra time with yourself is loving yourself, ladies and gentlemen. And just working out, you know, working out, it's not easy. Even me, myself, I try to get in the gym at least 3 to 4 times a week, but sometimes I get in 2. Sometimes I don't get in none, but every week it's on my mind, and every week I do something towards my health care, towards my wellness. You know, eating better, eating great or better also, I understand, is not so easy, but we can make efforts. You know, instead of having a cake, grab some fruit. Instead of having some fried greasy Lay's potato chips, you know, let's grab something else, like some veggie chips that are 50% less fat, or just something, anything. Making some type of effort towards yourself, ladies and gentlemen, that is self-love. Why is self-love important? Loving ourselves and having self-love is so important because, I mean, it just, you feel good about yourself, you know? And when you love yourself, ultimately, you are now opening up your love chakra, which is your heart chakra, which is right here. When we are loving ourselves, we are allowing for love to come into our life, and we are allowing for ourselves to love others. If we don't love ourselves, how can somebody else love us? Or if we don't love ourselves, somebody else could see like the greatness in us, like, oh my God, you are so beautiful, you are so great, you're this, and we're just looking at them like, what, really? What's so great about me? Or, you think I have nice hair? I don't think my hair is cute. Or, really, my lips are this. You know, ultimately embrace it. Embrace everything. It's so important because when we do that, we allow good things to come into our life, into our circumference, into our surroundings. And, you know, who doesn't want to be loved? Who doesn't want to? We should want to put out love into the world. It's very important, you know. So having self-love is one of those things that it should be a part of our journey at some point in our lives. I know myself, like, I didn't always love myself. I remember at one point in my life when I was talking to, you know, a good friend of mine and a mentor. And I remember I was just on the phone with him and I was complaining about all these things and just going off. And he's like, you know what? You don't love yourself. And I was like, what? You don't love yourself. And I literally got so upset. I was like, how are you going to tell me I don't love myself? I make sure my hair is done. I make sure my nails are done. I keep myself clean. I do this. And he's like, no. Self-love is deeper than that. It's a lot deeper than that. And after that conversation and, you know, just after reflecting and going deep within, I started realizing, like, oh my God, I really don't love myself. Because, you know, those times when you catch yourself saying things like,
no, I'm not going to apply for this job because no, there's somebody else out there that has better skills than me. Or, I'm not going to wear that dress because my hips are not wide enough or my waist is not small enough.
And it's like, no. We need to stop that. We need to stop that and embrace who we are, because when we embrace who we are, what happens is we vibrate, we glow. When we ultimately love ourselves, people will see it in you. I remember around the stages when I really started loving myself, and I allowed love in my life, and to where I met even the love of my life now, and people would see me and they're like, oh my gosh, you are glowing, girl. What happened to you? Look at you. Look at your face. Look at like everything about you. Like you're glowing. Like you like, and the glow that people speak of, that's your aura. Your aura is this nice, like shield that kind of vibrates around you. A lot of people don't call it aura. Some people just say it's a glow. But what it really is your aura. So when you have a great aura, the world can feel it. It vibrates through you. They can sense it. So it's really important for us to go through a journey of loving ourselves. You will notice that people who love themselves will usually are the ones to easily walk away from a situation that doesn't satisfy them. Being upset or arguing, or just, they don't allow that kind of energy within them, because through self-love you find inner peace. You learn how to just stop and breathe. That feels so good, you guys. Let's stop and just take a second. Breathe. And through our breathing and just being calm is where we find inner peace, which is love. A lot of us don't, there's many of us out there who don't love ourselves, but we think we do. And it's confusing. You might say like, no, I'm perfectly fine. Like, I look at myself and I don't hate myself, or, I wear a nice dress and be like, oh, okay, it looks all right on me. But ultimately we go on, then we'll scroll and go on like IG or somewhere else. And let me tell you guys, social media is the number one thing that makes it hard for people to embrace who they are. We will go on social media, right? And let's say you have you're going to wear a bathing suit. You go on social media and then you see one of these models in a two-piece, and the hips are out, the waist is small, and everything's just, and don't get me wrong, it's not bad to look like that. It's not. It's, the Coca-Cola shaped body, it's all nice, and I'm trying to get there, but I love where I'm at now. You understand? And the thing is, we will scroll and then we'll be like, oh my gosh, but this person looks so good in their bathing suit. I'm not wearing this. And we are not allowing ourselves to be great. We are not allowing ourselves to just be who we are. We're constantly looking at other things and other people and saying, you know what, I want to be like this, I want to be like that, and I want to be like this. And it's like, no. Embrace who you are. Learn and find ways to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm going to have a little extra meat in my stomach, or, my hips are probably a little straight. But for now, I'm going to love who I am, and I'm going to go out there and show the world, like, this is me unapologetically. And through the process, if you want to look a certain way or feel a certain way, then you work towards that. But doesn't mean you still shouldn't embrace where you currently are. Embracing where we currently are is so important to growth and to, bigger love, because embracing where we are right now keeps our vibrations high. It just keeps us in a positive state of mind, a positive just aura and space. And, try practicing not responding. So tomorrow, if somebody says something to you that you don't like, we could just look at them and say, you know what? I love myself too much to even respond to this. I love myself too much to allow this person who probably doesn't love themselves or don't feel good about themselves. Because what happens is when somebody else doesn't love themselves or doesn't feel good, they want you to feel like that too. They want you to feel that pain or whatever's going on inside them. So when they project that energy to you, and then you respond like, oh yeah, well, now that just feeds in, and it takes away, from your peace, from your divineness, from your you know, that aura, that glowy aura, you know, that aura I was talking about. So, you know, we gotta learn now if we have that reaction from someone of just saying, you know what, I'm not going to respond. This is not worth my time. I love myself too much. I have a lot of other better things to do. I'm not doing this. Let's get up off the couch, okay? Like, it's great to, you know, indulge in Netflix and just other things and just be on the couch all day eating and watching TV or whatnot. Yes, but what are we really getting out of that? You know, like, instead of like binging or something, say, you know what? I'm getting off the couch today. I'm going to go take a walk. Or instead of binging on this today, let me come up with a plan for what I want to do with my life for the next 3 months. Let me just start taking action for myself. Let me start loving myself. All right, guys. So that was my self-love video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, if you guys are liking what you hear, please just go down below, click subscribe. If you like this video, like it, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in.